And good morning. You're tuning into WJOB AM 1230, 104.7 FM. It's the City of East Chicago show. I'm Verlie Suggs. Along with me today, I have my co-host, Mr. Steve Segura. He's the Director of Multimedia for the City of East Chicago. And we have Ryan Lomax. He's our producer, taking all the videos so that East Chicagoans can watch us on the government channel. We have Tony Panic, he's over there, he's our producer in the studio. And we have two special guests today. We have Frank Rivera and Al Espinosa. They are from the City of East Chicago Redevelopment Department. So we have a lot of information we're going to share with you, but we're going to start with Steve and find out what's happening in the City of East Chicago.
Well, we got some good news. Our channel got a small upgrade.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we moved all our stuff now to City Hall, so and then we got some little new equipment there to try to improve the quality a little bit on the channel. So.
Well, not only the channel, but our program here on WJOB, we have our new backdrop.
Also have backdrop.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me. She was like, make sure we get our backdrop on. I'm like, don't worry, I got it this time.
You got it. It looks great.
But yeah, we've made a couple upgrades this week, and it's everything's been going. We still got a couple more to go, and then we'll be set. But we do have a couple cool events happening this weekend. Today, they're going to be having a first responders night at East Chicago Central High School's football game during halftime. So if you're a first responder, fireman, policeman, or EMS person, they will be highlighting you guys this evening.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We appreciate everything you do for the residents in our city.
And the students will get to see the first responders out there, and
Correct.
Maybe that's something they might, say, hey, maybe I want to be one when I finish school.
Yeah, I know both my boys are firemen. They love their job.
Really? That's fantastic.
They love being firemen, should I say. The next thing we have is a farmers market that's going to be happening at the East Chicago Police Department, and that's at 2301 East Columbus Drive. It starts at 11 a.m. and finishes at 2 p.m. Last time my buddy was doing barbecue out there, and man, oh my God, that had to be the best pulled pork sandwich I've ever had. And I'm not that big of a fan of pulled pork.
Well, is he going to be there again?
I'm going to call him right now to make sure. But he sold out last time, so that was great.
Okay, so that's Saturday, that's tomorrow, and starts at 11 o'clock?
Shout out to Juju, that was some good barbecue.
All right.
And of course, they just mentioned the Serve Fest happening this weekend. That's Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. They have lamb, pork, chops, sarma, mokalika, krofne, strudels, Palichniki, nut rolls and cookies.
Oh yeah, they're gonna say, Steve, forget trying to.
I'm not trying to speak Serbian, but hey,
Serbian
it's
dishes.
all good.
Right,
It's
exactly.
delicious. And they have a good time there. It's a nice family event. Invite everyone to go.
Tell them where it's located, please.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm over here thinking everyone knows. There's at St. George
everyone in
Church.
East Chicago knows, but we got to tell people from outside of East Chicago because we just want everyone to come.
You got me. It says St. George Church right off of Elm Street. You go down Columbus Drive and you hang a little right. If you're coming from south, if you're coming from the north, you hang a left right on Elm. It's right there.
Can't miss it.
Yeah, they've got a parking lot. You can pop up right there. The next thing we have is a basketball camp. It's 94-foot elite skill camp. And that is September 28th and 29th for grades 1st through 6th. And it'll be held at Heritage Hall. It's free admission. You have to register at the park department, and that is at Washington Park at 1615 East 142nd Street here in East Chicago. The first and third grade times will be from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 4 to 6 grades will be from 5:30 to 7 p.m. It's great. I think the registration deadline is today, I believe, but I'm sure they'll squeeze you in. They need kids to join in the fun, so, and I'm sure everyone's cooped up, so get out there and play some ball.
Right, and children, they've been playing video games and just eating a lot of junk food. They need to get out there and exercise and learn some skills.
I know, we all do.
We all do.
Of course, this year we are having our Nightmare on McShane Street. Mayor Anthony Copeland wanted us to have another safe Halloween event, so we're doing the drive-through trunk or treat again. Last year, I think, I liked it better than the haunted house, so we decided to do this the team said, yes, let's do this
So
again.
how many people came through there?
We served over 1,500 kids and families.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was nonstop. We could have went all into the night. But that's Friday, October 29th. The entrance, you have to come in off of Columbus Drive to Kerry Gosh in the parking lot, and the doors open at 4:30 for the parking lot, and everything begins at 5. We encourage you to decorate your cars and get into the spirit. You must wear a mask, and we ask you to stay in your cars. This is for East Chicago residents, unfortunately, because we can't accommodate everyone with all the cars.
Well, if you had 1,500 people with just East Chicago residents, you definitely got to keep it, limited to city residents.
You must have your ID. So don't get mad if they turn you away. Just make sure you have an East Chicago ID.
So does the school ID work?
As long as it has East Chicago ID.
Right,
yeah.
school ID is
That should work.
Chicago Central.
And then it's that time of year, fall is already here, and it hit us really quick. So Mayor Anthony Copa is initiating the Bagless Leaf Collection Program again, beginning November 8th through December 10th. And all our information for this flyer is on our Facebook page as far as when the districts are going to be hit. So make sure you put your leaves to the curb, and they'll come by with this cute little machine and suck them all up. If you have any questions, you can call 391-8463 or 391-8464.
Continuing to keep the city of East Chicago beautiful.
Yeah, they do a good
Definitely.
job.
And of course, we have Al here and Frank, and they're both going to tell us how they want to continue to keep bringing new residents into the city and making them homeowners. So why don't you take it away, Frank? And welcome to you both, gentlemen.
Thank you very much for allowing us to be here today. I'm going to talk about a few things that kind of sort of is a holistic approach to this property scenario that we're talking about in terms of housing. A lot of this has to do with how our leadership has taken various strides to create some particular strategies on economic development. Because everyone knows that when it comes to housing, that is part of a major economic growth component. And just recently, I was at the Northwest Indiana Bankers Association conversing about down payment assistance. But when you think about it, down payment assistance go hand in hand with housing. Why is that? Because people can buy, and we could actually help them in terms of receiving dollars for down payment. One.
Which is normally the big obstacle, having a down payment.
Absolutely, especially when you're talking about housing, okay? The other thing too is, in our leadership component, our mayor takes it very wholeheartedly for all of us as directors to come together and strategize on how we want to look at properties. We're not only looking at housing, okay? We're also looking at commercial, we're also looking at industrial. So we're talking about properties that we all can have access to in terms of providing us offers. So what we're doing is we're advertising in different ways. Some of it is based on the Facebook, as Steve was saying earlier. We've got signs out there that are telling you to call the Department of Redevelopment, by the way, 391-8513, okay? And you could just ask for your interest in the properties. Now, on our website, very interesting piece that Mr. Steve has created for us, and it's a piece that allows us to go to the community, and the community to come to us on our East Chicago website, and under that category of our departments, we have a link that'll take you to the inquiry form, because you have to inquire about properties.
There's a home button too. It
Yes.
says property search, and you can
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it tells you all the properties that are available?
All the properties that are available, and I have structured pieces here because it'll give you a description of the properties, it'll tell you the lot size, it'll give you pictures of what it looks like. And Steve is very, very good in providing the information that's necessary for the people to say, oh, wait a minute, I have interest in this home. So once you do an inquiry form, what we end up doing is we have another component there that says, give us an offer at this time, because we have to go through the process of analyzing it. And the thing with economic development, we're always looking at land use. That's what we're doing now, looking at the fact that housing, and we do have at our down payment assistance program, bankers that come, and various other individuals who gives us particular information. And I was kind of sort of shocked to realize that nationwide, we're all facing a housing situation where we don't have enough housing in order for us to provide that particular economic stimulation.
Right.
Okay? So eventually, what we're doing now is we're looking at tax sales and various different properties that we've obtained. And we are doing assessments on them, we're doing appraisals on them, and then we put the amounts in terms of what we're thinking that the property is valued at. And then,
So rather than have a bunch of abandoned homes, the
Yes.
city has basically taken some of these structures before they become really derelict
Right.
and basically putting them on the market?
Absolutely. And so what we're doing too is we're acquiescing. We're purchasing various homes to fix them up, so then that way we can provide that to our community as a whole. And the other thing too is our realtor, I think it's called the Real Estate Locator. It gives you all this information. Not only that, you can have real estate people want to get involved. They can create their own accounts and then be able to pull down information and keep up with what they're listing. So it's very, very wide in terms of different opportunities here. Now for the housing scenario, we do have various resources, because that's what I know our mayor loves to do, is to resource everything that he has available in terms of networking and getting information out. And these resources are very interesting because we are going to be developing new homes, okay? And as we're developing these new homes, that's going to be on the market too.
So are these the homes over by St. Cabin?
That'll be Prairie Crossing.
Yes,
Prairie
very
Crossing.
possible.
So the so the last new development in East Chicago, I think, was that by where Washington High School used to be?
Yes.
And then now we have a whole new development. When people talked about East Chicago being landlocked and no opportunities, now you have a new spot where homes are going to be built.
Correct.
Exactly. We also have 3 properties over there at Washington Square, as you were saying, and they are for sale.
Okay.
$8,500 for everyone to know that. And so you just put your offer in terms of your inquiry, the offer as we were talking about, so then that way that will be available to you too. And we have other properties in there too that we're going to be looking at to do the same thing too. So we're building as we're going. There are grants that we're receiving in order for us to be able to build, along with various organizations like IACDA, who is looking at the Calumet region, and we are also looking at it from a different economic standpoint as well, with general funds that we can apply to. And so what we're doing is we're looking and what's the word called? Looking at the whole entire city of East Chicago in terms of strategizing and locations of where we can use various areas of where our zoning and ordinance allows us to do things, to build new homes. I know in the Calumet region, we're building new homes there too. We have another program that we're getting involved in. It's called the MVHA program. And that's basically from our comprehensive plan, because there is a comprehensive plan and there is a consolidated plan which we use as part of the Rehab program. And the comprehensive plan is a 20-year plan, while the Rehab area is a 5-year plan. And every year it can be updated. On the economic side, you've got the situation where every 10 years you can upgrade it. And that's what we do. We get the community together, the business people, everybody that we possibly can to create these concepts, so then that way we can strategize around it and provide those properties, as I was saying.
This is wonderful news for residents because it's just not a hodgepodge
Right.
of, do this project, do that project. It's all planned.
Exactly, absolutely. And then the other thing too, just to plug in Ms. Tia Colley, she also has a 5-year plan for what she ends up doing too as well. So taking that holistically, that allows us to maneuver the way we need to. But it all stems from one thing: great and good leadership,
I would agree.
especially from the mayor.
Great. So now tell me, Al, what have you been doing in regard to working with Frank on this project?
Well, I have the privilege of helping homeowners fix up their homes so that they can stay living in East Chicago with a quality of life. But it's geared towards owner-occupied homeowners. It's not for rental units. It's for homeowners who actually live in their home, who have lived in their home for over a year. It's predominantly, because it's federal funds, it's predominantly for low-income households. They could not have already received assistance from us, so it's a one-time opportunity for them to make repairs to their home. They have to have clear title to their home. They have to have a home insurance, just the basics, things that homeowners are.
So when you say clear title, what if they still have a mortgage?
Yeah, that's allowable.
That's allowed, okay.
Yeah, that's allowable. It's in their name.
Okay.
Basically. The house is in their name and they're working towards ownership.
So people like who, a lot of times they need a new roof, but they can't afford to get it done, or they have a plumbing issue, they can't afford to get it done. Is that where you come in?
Yes. Yes, we will then schedule an inspection and go look at the problem and the area that they want to have repaired, and then we create work write-ups. We assist in putting it out for bid for them, assist in reviewing the bids, and we are the financiers, so we'll get the purchase order and then coordinate the construction.
So they don't even have to come up with their own financing, you're able to do this for them?
If it fits within the grants, we do.
Right.
The grants are in tiered layers, and that's based on their household income. The lower the income, the higher the grant they will be able to qualify for.
One good example of that program is the Sunnyside Renovation program. They take the roof, the exterior, everything, and if you've gone by there, you can see some of the new homes that have been, I mean, totally rehabbed outside.
So we're talking about duplexes when we look at Sunnyside. So if they're doing a roof, are they doing both sides or are they just doing the individual owned side?
Yeah, one of the caveats to doing a duplex is both sides have to agree to participate. And that takes a lot of coordination, sometimes just even picking out the color that they want to have. You know, you have
Right. It's a lot different when those houses were first built and, it was a company, building and they would
Yeah,
take the chose.
so a lot of discussions with each homeowner to get them to cooperate and say, okay, this is the color. It's going to be one color. We're not going to have two-tone duplexes.
Right.
And this is hardy board stuff. This is the good stuff. I mean,
Wow.
that's
This is
vinyl.
fantastic. So it's not just flowers going down Columbus Drive. It's all about the structures, the homes, the community.
And we also provide, if you don't mind, we also provide $40,000 for one side and the other side. So you're talking $80,000.
$80,000.
Yeah, and sometimes it's more depending on what the issue is in terms of, what we're looking at when we do our inspections and things of that nature, because there's things that are maybe hidden under some of that may cause us to do some change orders and things of that nature. But at the same time, you've got this program that is basically free because you're going to have to go through the process of making sure that everything is looking.
Now, is there a waiting
well.
list?
There is a waiting list. There is a waiting list.
Yes.
And Al can
There's a lot of
explain.
interest. There is a lot of interest in these programs. But as Frank mentioned, the $40,000 is somewhat the cap on each side. But that's actually offered to the homeowners as a 7-year forgivable loan. So, and that's also tiered. So every year that they live there, that the amount that they would eventually have to pay back reduces. After 7 years, it's a zero.
Right.
So that's unheard of, really, in the nation.
Encouraging that homeownership.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. So with COVID and everything, there's been a backlog of orders for people who are trying to do reconstruction and renovations and everything. How is that working as far as what you're doing?
That has delayed some things for us. Contractors now, they're facing longer delays of getting materials. Windows specifically are now 6 to 8 weeks out. It used to only be 2 weeks. So even some lumber is not easily available to them. Things are starting to change though, but it got really drastic. It was really hurting the program, and it made longer delays than what we expected.
Now what about the workers too? Are you having problem finding workers or?
The contractors are. Yeah, the contractors are finding hard, yeah, they're facing their challenges.
And wood prices have gone like quadrupled.
Astronomical.
Yeah.
So where is the project as far as Prairie Crossing? Where is it right now? Have they started building any of the homes, or
No, right now,
have they
we're
sectioned off lots, or what have they done so far?
We logistically have done appraisals currently right now, and so we are looking at separating each one of the lots and then having a cost behind each one of them.
Okay.
But that takes time, simply because you're talking about a subdivision that we've now putting our hands on in order for us to, as I was saying, create more economic stimulation by providing housing. So it's going to take a little while. It's right around the corner though.
Okay, so will there be one builder building these homes, or will they be custom homes where people can get their own builder?
Well, I'm of the opinion, on my part, okay, nothing towards the rest of the administration, but on my part, it's like wherever we can get the best approach in order for the community to have a good quality of life, whether it's a developer or whether it's an individual who wants to purchase it and then build their own homes. But we'll go through some technical reviews with them, so that way we're involving them to know we're not just going to build any home. We're going to build a home that is more in line to what you're seeing it with the other parts of the subdivision on there.
That's great. So nobody can just bring a trailer and park it on the lot and say, this is my home, right?
Right, exactly. And I can tell you this much, we're working expeditiously and assiduously in terms of everything that we're doing, because there's a lot on the table that we're working with, and we want to make sure that the quality of life in the city of East Chicago is so well worth it, that because everywhere you go, whether it's infrastructure, transportation, you name it, we have touched our hands on parks, you name it. We have done everything that we could possibly do, again, through our leadership.
That's fantastic. We're talking to Frank Rivera and Al Espinosa from the City of East Chicago Redevelopment. You can hear the passion. You know, everyone that comes on WJOB for the City of East Chicago, you can hear the passion. They enjoy their job, they're dedicated to the city, you can feel the love, and that's what's creating this amazing new community of East Chicago where things are getting done.
And I just want to touch on the fact that East Chicago's housing market is like one of the #1 markets in real estate right now.
It has to be. It's so close to Chicago. You have the new Klein Avenue Bridge that can get you downtown in like 20 minutes almost. It's amazing. The location right on Lake Michigan, you can't beat it.
And there's more to come, people.
Oh, wow. More surprises to come.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, right?
There's a ribbon cutting next week, I guess, for a company. I'm not sure exactly which company it is, but it's a big one. So there'll be an announcement forthcoming.
Well, we're supposed to be making these announcements here at WJOB. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, one more thing.
Of course.
Please, take the moment in time to drive around the city and look at all the infrastructure that we're building. Because that infrastructure allows us to have goods and services and things to come into the city. Go down Guthrie, go down Broadway, go down Main, go everywhere you can through the city. You will see enormous changes. I've lived here all my life in the city of East Chicago. I love it completely, and I dedicate myself to the city, and I know the changes. If you've just been here the last 10 years, you've seen the changes. But if you've been here all your life, you see the changes.
Right.
I've had many friends come back to East Chicago and they said, holy crap, I can't believe this has been done.
When did this happen?
I know, this is a city that could have gone into decay once, you know, steel mills started downsizing and everything, but it is really progressing.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's like a bedroom community now.
I would say I'd have to give real kudos to the mayor on that one. Because
Absolutely.
he's really steamrolled all that progress.
And I want to give a shout out to all the staff that has been working diligently amongst every department and for the mayor. Because without staff, things can't happen. Because they make it happen.
And through the pandemic, he's like, y'all ain't getting no break. The city still got to work.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
shout out to the staff.
Definitely. So Al, if people want to get into having some repairs done on their home and they fit the criteria, what do they have to do?
And which programs are there exactly?
Well, there's the regular rehab, there's an exterior renovation, we have a ramp program for folks that need the handicap ramps or a lift. And we have the emergency program. A lot of times that's roofs, furnaces, things like that. But they can call our office, 219-391-8513. Ask for the rehab department. We'll be happy to talk to them.
You know, do they go around and inspect and find locations where there might need to be some assistance? I remember years ago when I was walking through the communities and finding this elderly lady. She was living like up on a second floor, and the stairs were like these rickety outside stairs. And I was thinking, oh my God, someone needs to help this woman. And here I'm seeing so many things happening to help people so that they're not living in those type of conditions.
Well, the city's code enforcement department is pretty good at that. They're out there looking
Cracking the whip.
They're out there looking at properties and informing the homeowners either they need to do something, contact our office. But yeah, they're out there making those changes.
It's great seeing these wonderful changes in East Chicago. So, Frank Rivera, any final things you want to share with our listeners, our viewers?
Yes.
Please.
Absolutely. I've been on the show before, if you remember.
Yes, of course, I remember.
And it was the down payment assistance program.
Yes.
And I'm a believer, as well as administration, on statistics. We have 326 homeowners who have gone into purchasing homes. And we've expended $3.6 million. And we are just starting, now that we're getting new homes and everything. Please take advantage of it. Because we're talking good down payment assistance.
And you only got to attend, what, one class?
One class, 8-hour class.
That's it?
And we
That's
teach you
amazing.
everything.
Now, what about qualifying for a loan, for a mortgage? Are there bankers that come in and talk to the people about what they need to do to get their credit
Yes.
worthy?
Yes, we invite bankers to come. We also invite inspectors to give the clientele ideas in terms of what to look for when they're purchasing a home. We don't do any as-is, for sure. We do pre-existing homes and new homes. The other thing too is that when we're talking about wanting to increase our ability to reach out, that's why I went to the Northwest Indiana Mortgage Bankers Association, because you have realtors there, you have bankers there, you had everyone you can imagine to talk about properties, down payment assistance. And so that gave me an opportunity to reach out to them. And I did get called back to say, Frank, we have another program we would like for you to be into. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't because I was booked.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. So that gave me a good sense that we're in the right direction and let's keep going.
That's fantastic. Al, any final things you want to share with our viewers and listeners today?
Well, just, call our office. Homeowners that need repairs to their home, call our office, 391-8513.
Got the number. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. I just see where I have a message from an East Chicago resident talking about this ribbon cutting. So let's see what we have here. Well, former East Chicago resident, but still his heart is there, Don Kolobowski. He said the ribbon cutting is a messenger group, 247,000 square feet panel building at 4400 Homer Lee. So thank you, Don, for sharing that.
Thanks for the update.
In fact, Don was trying to call in the show, Tony. Did we have a caller trying to get in? Okay, sorry, Don, we missed you. But of course, it's great being here to do the City of East Chicago show, because there's so much information that we impart to the citizens of East Chicago and others who may be considering moving to East Chicago. And I have to commend Mayor Copeland, because he has put the right people in the right positions to do this wonderful work that's happening in the city. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Frank Rivera, Al Espinosa, and of course, Steve Segura and Ryan Lomax. Stay tuned. Our Veterans Views program, our award-winning Veterans show, is coming up next here on WJOB AM 1230 and 104.7. Until next month, we'll be back then, the fourth Friday of every month.